Yep, yep. Getting close.
Don't get no better than this.
No, I know it.
Oh, yeah? You will. Yes, you will.
Seen a pretty good sized glaze over there. I'm not sure what it is. Two of them coming down out of the mountain. Those are Wrangell Mountains out east. camp up here on the mountainside. There we go. You can see them real good. And down on the Seward Highway, heading for Soldotna. Good shots. Okay, here we are. We're going into Portage Glacier. We just pulled off to get some shots here of the glacier and this general area. There's Graham and Max getting ready to do some shooting there. This is a sign of the time. They're building a road and tunneling through the mountains back to Whittier, which previously you could only get there by train. This is right by the Portage Glacier Visitor Center. Well, we're back to the Portage Glacier again. And there's very few icebergs in the water right now. I don't know what. Just not the right time of year or what. Well, Doris, here's the visitor center, remember? None of this was here when we were here back with Margie back in the 50s. Hadn't opened yet because we were here a little before 9 o'clock, but it's still the same glacier. And now we're going to do a real close-up. Okay, we got a sighting of our first bald eagle sitting up here in the top of the tree down on the Seward Highway.
That's right.
We're in the visitor center down at the Soldotna. Has the world's record rainbow in our largest rainbow caught in 92, I guess it says. And we got Alaska king crab up there.
Well, it's only a couple hours. It's marvelous. You can
Big
take over horses, dogs,
44-pound king salmon. And here's the granddaddy of them all. The world record. 97 pounds.
Oh, that's one of the
Caught in
things
1985.
the hardest thing that I had to do.
Get a look at this big guy.
He's a nurse at a local hospital, and he's a working man.
And of course up here, we've got bull moose.
This will help me get started, but
In the rear end of it. Here we are on the famous Kenai River. You see them fishing for salmon all up and down the dock here. A bunch of fishermen coming down the river. Well, you won't get a more spectacular day like this in Alaska. We're down on the Kenai Peninsula, and then we're looking at the Mount McKinley. What a spectacular view from here. That's the Kenai River. A little panoramic view looking over. I think that's Mount Redoubt there.
I don't know why there aren't any fishermen here. Here's the path where they all go. This is just great.
There's the village of Kenai. And that Mount McKinley is about 200 miles away from here. Well, we're down in Kenai. Here's the old Russian Orthodox Church. Founded in 1846, I believe it said. find some of the flowers that are in bloom here in the summertime here in Kenai. Well, we get some pretty good views of Mount Redoubt, Cook Inlet, all the way down to southwestern part of Alaska.
I've seen a couple of them. There's some whales.
Get a pretty good view of a field of fireweed here. That's gorgeous. We are on the Connect Talk on the second day. Graham's got the first fish of the morning. Justin's bringing him in for him. Got a big char. All right. Oh, what a nice one.
Yeah. Nice job. Camera.
Okay, showtime. We've got a monster rainbow here. Huh, this thing is absolutely huge. See if we can find him over there. Ready to go. He's not ready. Come on, we're going to take your picture. That's all we're going to have to do. You having fun yet?
I'm having a lot of fun. That's what we came for.
Yeah, everyone meet Justin. And let's meet Mr. Bojangle. He wasn't ready yet. Here's the swallow cliffs off in the background, considering he's not ready to pull them in yet. We might as well take some pictures. The swallows up there.
Oh my God.
That's a big fish.
Holy cow. That's a beauty.
Ah, that's great. Hey, let me get a close-up. That is a big fish.
Let's get a couple of still pictures while we hold them.
Alrighty.
All right, look at this fish.
Big sockeye.
Man. That's super.
Graham's got one on in now. Little reciprocation. Okay. Big chum.
I'm not sure I got him in the mouth. We're gonna have some fun with him. This is great. What do you got? Come on, show me.
I hope it's a sockeye.
I don't think it is.
Go up, but there's just hundreds of salmon down in that pool. Graham's got a big chum on. There you go.
Good picture of it.
Yeah, here we go. There we go. All right. Good job.
Yeah.
Think it is?
Yes, he is. Hear that reel scream. He ain't done yet.
This thing keeps zooming out for.
an automatic zoom, and then you got to zoom it yourself.
Ooh. No, I hate to keep bothering you guys, but you think you might have
Yeah.
one with mine as well?
Yep.
That'd be nice.
I'll get it.
That's anything.
Come on back. Well, this is just great fun on a 6-weight rod.
Yep.
Oh, he's a beauty. Good call, man. Big daddy, geez.
Good job, Grant. All right, where is this guy? Let's see. Got a big humpy here somewhere. There he comes.
Whoop, don't do that.
Wow.
That was good.
Boy, that is a nice snap. Hey.
Yeah.
All right. Nice job. Graham's
First silver.
got his silver on here.
And it's big. It's huge. I'm exhausted.
Made some monster runs out there.
He was halfway out in the river.
Yeah.
Get him behind us. Look, this is what we came for.
All right. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Good job. That's a horse.
We are now.
First silver of the day.
Okay.
Today's what, Tuesday?
August 4th, 1998.
Fish is
Got a nice big silver here. You might
I'm on
just
the gram string. No, you don't. It's amazing that he's got that much strength. Get that over there in that current.
He just won't give up.
Now, Clint, remember you're on camera.
Oh, I won't make that mistake twice.
Let's bring him in.
Oh,
All right. Hey.
that's what it's all about. Mwah.
Isn't that a nice fish? Look at
That's
that.
great.
Well, we got a hog on the line here. Dad's got a monster rainbow. And we got Clint back with us. We're tearing it up today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Beautiful fish. He's a good one.
Can we
Beautiful red stripe on him. Right. You don't want to go down too much farther out. It's a calm, nice calm spot right here. You're looking back up into here.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
Yeah, we're just looking right up into the sky. Old scarback. It's got scars all over it.
Let's get a close up of that fish. Good gosh. Look at that.
I need a still. If you
Okay, here we got the little nice charred rim just caught.
Sure, look at that. Isn't that a nice fish?
Beautiful.
Beautiful red spots.
Water. Yeah. All right, jump again for the camera. Good job. God, he looks like a whale when you put the zoom on him. All right.
It weighs 12 pounds, maybe? Huh?
Yeah, right in there. Like that.
All right.
Well, while we got our first blue sky and a little bit of sunshine, get a little panoramic view of the river. We've been fishing for the last 4 days. See a little bit of the countryside. Really how wild this country really is. And this is how we fish the river. Everybody meet Josh.
Howdy.
And Mac's trying to do a little fishing back there. We really have been blessed with catching a lot of nice fish. Well, let's do a little
Tableside chat.
tableside chat, right. You can start it off.
Well, I'm about an hour from restful sleep tonight again, as usual. Dinner was great.
An hour?
It's only 7:30.
Okay.
So salmon was excellent. Justin did a fine job.
We'll go over here to Justin, who's still doing the cooking over here. Say hi, Justin.
Hello.
Max is just taking a big spoonful of
Carrot cake.
carrot cake.
Same part of my carrot cake for the coffee. Great day.
Okay.
Hello. It's been a great day.
They're all great days.
Yeah,
Let's go down over there.
Beautiful day.
Okay, how about it, Bill?
That country is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The people are tremendous.
And what's Clint gonna do? Clint's tying some flies. Be careful what you say, Clint. You're on candy camera. It's Josh again. Ooh. Brady's over there in KP doing the dishes. And we're missing Corey. Corey's probably had a hard day.
He's on the telephone with his girlfriend.
Oh. All right. Justin's still cooking. All right, Cam's got a nice little rainbow here.
Alright. Egg coming out of his mouth.
You are now. Graham's got the first silver today.
May take a while. That's big. Not bad,
All
huh?
right, not bad at all. Let me zoom in on that big guy.
Beautiful. Big buck. Nice silver.
Great.
There you are, buddy.
Well,
Hey,
what are you doing?
I'm working on Thursday's chapter of my journal
Okay.
before bedtime, which is
Okay.
about 5 minutes away.
Okay. Well, we've been here 6 days, and this is the first time we've seen the sun and a blue sky. We're in camp. It's almost time for bedtime. I thought I'd better get a few pictures. We can guess what that is. That's the outhouse. Here comes Stephen slowing by, jugging up the trail. What do you think of this sunshine, Stephen?
They're beautiful up here.
Huh? The what?
I'm right. Get mine. Catch the sunshine. It's absolutely beautiful.
There's our home away from home. There's Steve and Bill in that one, and Max and Don are down there in that one. Well, there's a shower tin, and Max is in there just getting out of the shower. Mess hall's over here, where we take all our meals, have a little camaraderie every evening. Brady in from his nightly walk and checking out the boats and everything. We have a good day?
We had a great day.
All right. Thought I'd get a few pictures here while the sun was out. First time we've seen anything this week.
Yeah, we had a good day of fishing. Sun's finally out.
Okay.
And it's going to be like this.
Might I show you this big fish?
Say hello to the boys back home. There he is, the one and only, the Omeister. There's a cigar waiting for you back at camp.
Awesome. What do you got on there, Graham?
Sockeye.
It's got half Alaska on there, looks like to me.
You guys having fun?
Dad's got a big sockeye on. Let's see, where's that fish?
Here comes Nicholas.
Yep, you can hear that guy,
Yeah, I got him. There's Nick.
What do you say, Nick?
Oh, boys, how about the battle?
Say hello to the boys back home.
Nick?
That's what we like, Gramster. Nothing wrong with that.
You're looking good.
Since I hear about you.
What about me?
I hear you're in love. Huh? Seriously in love.
There's no member of the opposite sex that would hang out with a clown like me.
Well, that's not what we hear.
Then it's all lies.
You
my
hear
man.
you're robbing
It's
the
all
cradle,
lies.
though.
What?
You're robbing the cradle.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I can see though that me and Miller are gonna have a party. Hey Justin, I'll leave your loot down at camp.
Sounds awesome.
Who's down there?
Brady.
Okay, I'll
And
give it
Clint.
to him.
All right. Big sockeye.
Big sockeye.
Coming in close on him. That's a pretty fish. Nice job, Dad.
Thank you.
You know, here comes the captain. Here's Todd.
Say the P word while you're on candid camera.
What was that, Grant?
I said, don't be like your brother and say the P word while you're on candid camera.
How's it going, guys?
We're doing great.
Get videos of everything.
Hey, you betcha.
Big time.
That is big time.
Well, he did it to me again. He's got a beautiful sockeye on. Where'd he go? Look at that fish.
Pretty fish.
Woo! Well, we'll get the whole action here. Whoa, Wilbur! Not bad. Look at that fish. That's gorgeous.
Buddy. Keith hooked my waders.
All right.
Super. Ah, there we go. Nice job.
Maybe get a
Well, Graham's got him a
It's a humpy year.
humpy year, right? Look at the hump on that boy's back.
All right, good
We
job.
caught one or two of these this week, haven't we?
Yeah, this is a rare occasion. I just had to get the video out and take this because the sun has come out for the first time on the river in 7 days. May not be here very long.
Yeah, you said it. There it goes.
A little panoramic view.
I mean, catch it.
Absolutely. I don't know if this is going to show where you can see all those salmon down there in the water.
Pressure's on.
Oh, hi.
Well, at our previous filming session, we were getting the sunshine and all. Since then, we've been through a torrential rainstorm. Now it's lit up. Hopefully, we're going to have a little lunch without it raining again. Yeah, Graham, while we're making lunch here in the boat, Graham's got one on. Now this is about the 5th time today we've gone from sunshine to rain, back again. Got some gulls there on the island. You can see more weather coming in the west. The first day we've ever seen it. Graham's still back there fishing. How we doing, Justin?
Darn fine.
All right.
You're on.
End of a
Fantastic week.
perfect fishing trip. We each caught a nice silver to top things off. Been to the bow hole today and had a fantastic day.
Caught more fish than we could even begin to count.
Here comes the P-man, and we ought to get him in there. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
Here's the brothers.
You ready?
1,
Says the filming?
2, 3.
World goes round, is the sweetest girl of all the girls I know. The sweet co-ed, like a rainbow trail, fades in the afterglow. The blue of her eyes and the gold of her hair are a blend of the western skies, and the moonlight beams on the girl of my dreams. She's a sweetheart of Sigma Chi. Hey!
That's awesome. So, what are you doing there, Bill?
I'm taking my equipment apart.
How come?
Unfortunately, I won't be using it on the
Time to go home, huh?
Time to go home, right?
Did you have a good time?
Had a super time.
Take that off.
All right.
Had a super
How
time.
about you, Stephen?
It was awesome. Best fishing
Did
I've ever
you
been on.
catch any fish?
A few.
Okay. What'd you catch, Bill?
Just about everything they offered us.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 8 different species.
All right.
Well, they're really not knowing how to do it.
It's a lovely place. Yeah, where is the town? That's it. That's all there is to it.
That's where where we just came in, going up the Connecticut River right there.
Right.
Hey, hey, hey!
What a great time we had a week on the Chosen River with the Duncans. Justin, Brady, Josh, and Corey. Clint. How about that?
Great.
All right.
This interview with Christopher. Tell me about your first day in Alaska.
We went and saw Portage Glacier, and we went,
You go to Soldotna?
yeah,
Did you see that big king salmon in the visitor center?
yeah.
Isn't that neat? 97 pounds? He's kind of bigger than you, isn't he? How much you weigh now?
Like 75.
75. Ooh, he weighed 22 pounds more than you do.
We saw the old Russian
All right.
church and
Yeah, isn't that neat? Yeah. All right, Lee, look at the grizzly bear. He said he's going to take it off, but I don't know. Graham's trying to talk him into keeping it.
We'll see. The jury's still out.
The jury hasn't seen it yet.
That's right. When the jury sees it, it won't last long, I can tell you that.
Margie's finally made her return.
finally made it to Alaska 45 years later.
Welcome back, fishermen.
Is this your first trip to Alaska?
This is my first trip.
All right. We're going to have a great time this
You recording? Yeah, you're recording.
Yay!
Hey.
Woo! Just scratch your faces! We're not gonna let Dad get like that, Chris, okay? Like everybody now, we got baby cheeks.
Baby cheeks.
week. Well, here we are in downtown Anchorage. Mom, there's our picture show we used to go to occasionally in town. 4th Avenue has been restored after the earthquake. You see all these beautiful hanging baskets. Kind of waiting around to get our motorhome. Well, here we are in a Klutna. Oh, Russian Orthodox Church and the graveyard. Chris and Margie. See the history of the church there. It's been a long time since you were here before.
When was the last time I was here
Well,
before?
probably when you were just a few months old or tiny thing.
About time she came back.
Yeah. And they're pretty.
It's
We kinda-
beautiful.
Well, we're at the headquarters of the Iditarod Trail race. Need time to read that. The headquarters building in the background. Huh?
A kitty.
Ow! Oh.
You wanna get down?
Here we are at our first campsite. Margie is whipping up a little bit of something for dinner, and Keith and I are fixing a little libation. Margie's, I think, a sip ahead of us.
Mark has already started.
But
And I'm on on vacation.
That's right.
You got it going?
Hmm?
Is it recording?
We're recording.
Okay. Well, here's to a great week. We came from Anchorage about middle of afternoon, and we're at our first campsite up by Talkeetna. So we're on our way, and
Want to give us a tour of your home for the week?
sure, you go right ahead.
Up here behind Graham is his bed. He's sleeping over the driver's seat. Christopher will be right here where the table is. That's his little bed. Back here we go to our famous cook. We imported her from Chicago. What are we making, Margie?
Dip, of course.
And back here is the palatial master bedroom. Oh, there's the shower anyway. We'll go see what Chris is up to.
Got lots of mosquitoes up here. Hi, bud. What you up to?
Finding cool rafting.
Want to skip a few for us?
Sure.
Oh, let's try again. Let me get behind you so I can see your skipper.
Okay. Gotta find a good raft. Okay, how about this one? Maybe not. How about this one?
I know you know how to skip them, Chris. One more time.
This one.
There we go.
Look at these cool rafts that I know.
So what have you done today?
We went to, what was that place called?
Iditarod?
Iditarod, and we went to the other place.
So how'd you like the Iditarod?
I like the puppy.
This a pretty place where we're staying?
Yep. I liked holding the puppy.
Can't find you there. It was like part of the totem pole.
Funny.
Who's your friend over here?
And he doesn't get mad if you throw rocks at him.
Yeah, but the lady in there might.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. I've never seen a red mushroom. I thought they were always fake, just ornamental.
Yep. Maybe it is fake. You're done.
Thanks. There's some cool things around here growing. I've never seen big, huge mushrooms like these.
Nope.
And all over, we keep seeing these beautiful flowers. They're called fireweed. They're all along the highway.
They're weeds.
Mm-hmm. Nobody planted them.
They're no wildflowers.
Can you tell why that's called a paper birch, Chris?
Ha ha ha.
It is.
I know.
There's Margie and Chris off in the paddle boat. Beautiful morning here. A little cool. Had to turn the furnace on this morning. This is our first stop in the RV park after picking up the motorhome Sunday afternoon. See our big 29-footer. Well, here we are in Talkeetna, which is supposedly, what was it, Margie? The setting for northern exposure. Chris, what do you think of Talkeetna?
It's kind of small.
Kind of small, huh?
Yeah. Dad said this is rush hour.
Yeah, it is kind of small.
It's open. You just started. Have a great day out there in the park.
Thank you.
44. 44 to Eielson. The wrong way?
I think so. Have a great day.
You can only go one way.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Golly, good thing he told me that. I'd have got lost. Grow that antler in 1 year. They have to do that every year. Every fall they drop their antler
out there
and grow a new one. Grass. Those are a good example of the males.
They're moving.
These chicks are getting pretty big, though. They're almost as big as parrots now. You see this feeding on the willow? They have some white under their wings that'll remain.
Right, this state.
One has antlers. However, their antlers aren't nearly as large. They're young enough where they may have come up from the last couple of years on the backside of these mountains and never seen a road, never saw this road before. So they might act a little bit spooky. Other ones have been around for years.
Well, this is our first rest stop. About an hour and a half up the road. Cloudy, rainy day, but still a lot of beautiful scenery. All right, Chris, you're the narrator. What do you think of this trip?
Get a picture of it. It's fun. I got a picture of a caribou that was jumping.
Jumping, all right.
Yeah.
Up high.
No, can't get.
No,
Now we got the bear. Down in the
All of
flat.
these bears are very light colored, very blonde.
All right.
Well, we're up the top of one of the passes. There's a great panoramic view of the park. That's where we came from, way back over there.
There's one up there.
And we got a golden eagle.
Can't see it very well.
No, there's
One there.
The one down there flapping his wings on the lower. That's the
There's
three
the other
birds.
We've got one adults up on top, way over here.
There's the one on that middle crest.
The nest is on this rock down here.
There's one,
One's up
Yeah,
there.
on the back side of that
and
rock.
there's one lower
But
down
it's
there.
empty right now.
Yeah, we got a grizzly down there, and kind of cream colored now. There he goes. He's moving.
Oh, I
Top
can
is
picture.
Top is green and bottom is
That's a
black.
male or a female.
All right, here we are at the Allison Visitor Center, 66 miles away from where we started this morning. Well, we're at looking out over the valley here at the Allison Visitor Center. With Mount Allison in the background, I believe. Unfortunately, Mount McKinley is unavailable because, as you can see, it's a very low cloud cover. I don't know, it might be clear enough, but who knows? Now we're inside the Allison Visitor Center. Just showing that. That's what we're supposed to see, but we're not going to get to see it today. Taking this off of video.
The visitors in Denali National Park.
Well, here's a little guy we hadn't been able to film today. So, this is what, I guess the bears dig for a lot of these from the berries that all are gone. Hey, little guy, turn around. I've got us a caribou down here feeding. Looks like a female. There she is. There's some dull sheep up there on that mountainside. Got a nice caribou going down that ridge over there. Looking right at us now. Got some golden eagles there.
Yeah. He's sitting on the side of that reed. You just kind of...
Do the caribou know that?
They don't have to worry about the bears. They can run circles around it. Go down that hole.
There he is. There's a caribou in there. You can barely see him, nothing but horn.
These antlers moving around down there.
Trivia questions that come down the walkway here. To get everybody on the same wavelength, what state has the most national parks and what state has no national parks? Does it mean national parks? Anything the Park Service puts on. From historic sites, the scenic riverways, the national lake shores, national sea shores, battlegrounds. Told this area by dogs better. Why? What?
Getting ready for the demo. Putting the lead dog in. They all want to go. Getting them harnessed up. From the sound of it, I think they're ready to go. There we go. Here they come.
Shadow.
There they come. Well, here's the sleds they used to train the dogs on. This, some of the old timers there. This is up in the kennel area. In Atlanta. Been raining all day as usual, but stopped at this little gift shop from Margie and Chris. Got some beautiful hanging baskets and flowers here, you can see. Over here we've got some gold panning sluices or troughs, whatever they call them, and there's the tripod that they used to, or was used in the past to measure the breakup of the river when they have the lottery every year on when the ice is going out. Well, Chris is standing by the bear in the Alaska Museum. You can see how big this guy is compared to Chris. He barely get his head in there. In the University of Alaska Museum, there's a mastodon skeleton head and tusk. This is the brown bear that Chris's picture of previously. Yeah, I just walked in front of me, so I had to stop. Graham, this is for you. That's what that big Al Kodiak would have done. Looked like if he stood up. We're in the Russian-Alaskan section. This is in honor to the Russians that lived here and sold Alaska to the U.S. in 1867 for $7.2 million.
UBC down the side of the stairs.
This is the black bear, which inhabits coastal southeastern Alaska and then, I guess, up into the southern mainland. Totem pole carving. Got you eating. Well, we were at Dave and Barb Anderson's, just having a great time. Say hi to Barb.
Now, how old's your oldest?
Jen's 25.
Wow.
So let's see, we have a few years to go. Jen's 25, Mike's 23, Jace and Maureen are 19, and Chris is 10 going on 11.
Going on
You mean you have twins?
No, stepbrothers is there.
Stepbrothers.
Oh.
Yeah. Jace.
Now, this is Dave and Barb Anderson's home outside of Fairbanks. Just a beautiful location. We really enjoyed the visit. Talked with Bob and Lou in Seattle a few minutes ago, and just been a great time getting together again. See how we out in the boonies. Dave said a moose came in and ate all his cabbage the other night. Well, we're about to take the riverboat Discovery for a 3-hour ride up and down the Shana and Tanana rivers. This is the steamboat landing, it says. Everybody's coming in. And here's the steamboat Discovery. Gonna be riding out. Making up the river. Our campground is up that river somewhere, not too far away.
Film, that sort of thing, postcards. We have little trading boats at the end of the second deck. And you're certainly free to wander back there at any time. Now, smoking is permitted on the boat, but outside only. We have designated smoking areas here. Now, we have over 3 billion lakes and a lot of river miles thawed out. So a lot of the boys and girls put these big floats or pontoons on so they can fly in the summertime and play on a nice smooth surface. When this all freezes up, though, they'll take those off and put...
My name is Joe Johnson, and this morning I'm going to demonstrate a short field landing and takeoff for you. The aircraft I'm flying is a Piper Super Cub. It has been considered the best bush airplane for the last 40 years in Alaska due to its performance. You'll see that for yourself momentarily. Enjoy the show.
Okay, Bill, thank you. Now, a short field takeoff was designed to get these airplanes off sandbars or glaciers on the sides of our mountains or little clearings ringed by big high cruisers. We'll be up in the air 100
watching as you go slowly. Now keep your eye on the wheel on your face. With just one word, it's there to this day. Airborne. Ahead of us on the left-hand side. They're not blown up all the way. So watch them flex just a little bit. There we go. One side or the other, it all works real well. And now here's Bill's favorite part. He's going to fling that door open and wave right to you. Thank you, Bill Johnson. It's a great honor and privilege to present to you the last of the old-time Yukon riverboat pilots. He swears he retired after 55 years, but don't you believe it. Please join me in saying good morning and recognizing our senior captain, Jim Bingley, right here by the wheel. And right next to him, as she's been for 51 years, his partner, his wife, and his best friend, your hostess, Mary Bingley, this morning. Well, we'll have fun kind of sharing the experiences that they
last night with Dave
founded around here.
Barb and
Now, this
Heather
building
Anderson.
coming up on the right has an interesting bit of history. It has water like a fire hose right against the bare ground, knocking off the muck and the overburden off the gold. Folks, that's for sure. Of course, in addition to our natural resources from here, cut his trees, brought the logs to the riverbank, and then hand-peeled every one of these logs with an old-fashioned draw knife. Can you imagine that? Custom fit the logs together, and then let it square and shrink down a little bit, settle out before they cut the windows and doors in. Moved right in. Looks like it went up last night, and it's been there well over 10 years. Amazing this time. But look at these big windows. These are really a technological marvel because they're triple pane, have 2 layers of air in, and they'll hold the heat in the house just like a log wall. The heat will not escape out the front, so that family doesn't suffer from... One of this country's outstanding professional athletes. This lady, in my mind, is right up there with Michael Jordan and Joe Montana any day. Join me in saying good morning and thanks for her valuable time to 4-time Iditarod champion Susan Butcher. Hi, Susan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey. Well, this is a cool one, so I bet you've been up early, maybe running dogs this morning?
I'll be running them this afternoon. We've got a cool enough day that I can do it at any time. So yes, we'll get every single one of the dogs we have here in the kennel in harness, except for the puppies, of course. And this litter of young pups that you see running around here, they're 10 weeks old. And what we're doing with them is taking them on daily walks in the woods. We have a special trail cut for the purpose, because what we're trying to teach them on those runs is the same love of adventure that we have. And also, the beginnings of a trust and be trusted relationship. And that's pretty easy to do, because on that trail there are many large logs to climb over, a little bit of water to swim through, some steep cliffs to go up, and we're there to encourage them over the obstacles, praise them on the other side, and most importantly, if it's too much for them, then we're there to lift them over it. And this way they can start to understand that we'll be there for them at every stage in their life. And that's most important when they start running in harness, that they can understand that we'll never ask them to go any farther or faster than they're capable of. He was never going to be able to run again, and he had permanent damage to his heart and liver and kidneys. So I took him home to our homestead in Eureka, and he was living in the cabin with David and I. But every time we would take the other dogs out on runs, he would cry and howl, wishing that he could go out with us. And what the veterinarians didn't understand is that Granite had grown to be a magnificent canine athlete who loved to run and race. And all the dogs love competition, and they understand when they have won. And they have as much pride as any human athlete. Granite was determined to get back on the team, and slowly but surely his test results started showing improvements that the veterinarians were astounded at. And they decided to let him start training with the little puppies on 2-mile runs. And he soon advanced to running with the yearlings on 10-mile runs. Finally, by January, he was once again running with the main team, and the veterinarians okayed him for a 200-mile race. And he towed that young team to a record-setting victory. And then 1.5 months later, he went on to do the impossible. He led me to victory in the Iditarod, and he did it by pulling me through a blinding snowstorm. It stopped all my competitors. So we finished 14 hours in front of the second-place musher who couldn't make it through the storm. And that made Granite the only lead dog to ever win 3 consecutive Iditarods. He was most importantly to be able to start bonding with the puppies. And although the pups' eyes are shut for the first 10 days of their life, they have a sense of smell, and so we like to blow across their noses. And this starts to give them a sense of us right from the beginning. You can see this guy's eyes are just halfway opening up. And this bonding, of course, continues through the first, through their whole life, but of course it's most important when they're very young. Now when the dogs get to be about 5.5 months of age, that's when we like to put them in harness for the first time.
More about domestic reindeer herding when we go ashore. But these guys are really interesting to look at, and nature has provided certain things that allow.
Well, now our trip is bringing us to where the Chena flows into the Tanana.
See the kingfisher over in the... See the
DNA. This river has no glacial activity. There's no tidal activity in any of our rivers. Ahead of us, totally different river system. This is the largest glacially fed river in the world, meaning the most glaciers feed it. Over 100 active glaciers are right now moving through the valleys of the Alaska Range. Peaks that go in this area about 14,000 feet, about 120 miles off to our left shoulders. And as they move, they crush the rock and soil under them into a powder that's as soft and fine as baking flour. Now, there's just hundreds of thousands of tons of this silt is pushed by this area where we're going, where these two rivers meet. It's going to change the way you look at creaming your coffee for the rest of your life. It is a remarkable show of nature's power that this Tanana River is full of dissolved and ground mountain range that millions of years ago was rock and is now this fine dust. You can see some of the mountains off to the left as we go across here, kind of in the dim light of morning. Different patterns on the surface. These are the patterns that a river pilot like Captain Kai or Captain Jim Jr. is taught to read so that he or she can keep us in the deep water. And things are always changing out here. The channel is never in the same place on the same day. Talking about traffic, and also we'll take you back and show you the reindeer and some of the primitive portable shelters she's work, and she's going to show you some of the pieces that she's created out of naturally tanned animal hides. So Dixie, good morning. We'll be back in a little while. We'll also get a chance to visit with Dixie at fish camp. Now the force is sufficient to turn these baskets around an axle. They scoop salmon up. Salmon are swimming the opposite direction. Basket comes up underneath them, lifts them out of the water. Gravity drops them in that wooden trough at the bottom of each basket. They wiggle their way into the box on the side. Now our box wouldn't work too well because there's no... What is actually made up is mica schist in solid form. That's the same stuff that the glaciers have ground up. That's the powder that you see in the river. So good before and after sequence here. And some of you from the drying racks, both outdoors and the smokehouse. And when everything was thoroughly dehydrated, it would be stored up in the little log building on stilts called a cache. And the people would live in the wall tent. So we're very glad to have Dixie with us this morning. And I would like to turn things over to her. Dixie from Fort Yukon, 100 miles north of here. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice cool morning to be on the Tanana. And I'm real pleased to be able to share just a little bit about fish camp life with you. This camp here on the Tanana River is very similar to the one I grew up on Yukon, where my family still fishes at the same spot today. Our camp is located about 30 miles above the village of Fort Yukon. Very similar to this, but much larger, and that's because I come from a big family. I have 6 brothers, 6 sisters, grandparents, and cousins that always visit us at this camp. My father was dropping, and he always kept his trap line with dog feed. He usually kept about 22 dogs plus puppies, and each one of his dogs would eat 1 dehydrated salmon a day. So you can imagine how much salmon we had to harvest for the whole season, for the whole winter's use. And that's not even including the salmon that we had to put up for ourselves. But I remember many days my father would move around the wheel till he hit the good spot next to the cut bank where the salmon would run pretty strong. Some days he would even turn off the wheel. We could catch up to a couple hundred salmon a day. And when we're catching that much salmon, everybody in camp stays really busy putting up salmon from morning to night. And also when we're catching that much salmon, you really learn how to catch fish real fast, especially if you want to do something else. The chum salmon, we also nicknamed this guy the dog salmon. And the only reason we call the chums the dog salmon is because they run twice in one season. Therefore, we can catch a lot more of the chum salmon, more so than the kings and the silvers. So it makes sense for us to use this for the dogs. I see these guys get up to 30 pounds. This one here is a fairly nice-sized salmon. I think maybe 14 pounds at the most.
All right, here's a quick before picture. That's enough. Get him on the table here, have to switch arms a lot. Good-looking Sam and Nixie will make short work of this guy. And we'll see the after picture in just a second. Don't let your camera get very far away. It won't take her long. Get these gloves on and get serious with the big filleting knife. You'll go right from the tail forward to the gills, down both sides, to make 2 fillets joined at the tail that will hang nicely on the drying rack. And then the backbone will come out. Backbones also were dried and saved for winter use because of the calcium. You see, the trapper would melt snow and put the pot on the fire and then bring that water to a boil and just soften that fish right up. The dogs really went for it. Now, the softer parts, viscera and the head, would be cooked up for the dogs in the summertime. There'd be big stew pots boiling at the camp. Sometimes they'd be taken back to the village and fed to the dogs back there. Dixie is storing the fillets now to let in a little more smoke and fresh air to preserve it, so get your cameras ready. Here comes the finished product, and there is a well-dressed cum salmon, all ready for the next step here on the banks of the Tanana River. So let's see how she does here. Sliding in on a hitching rail. Hey, how about that? Parallel parking Alaskan style. Mighty nice. We're very pleased to have Amy as one of our presenters here. Again, I'll introduce you to...
And on the Iditarod, you're allowed 60. Now up in here, I've got Spotty and Winter in the swing position. These girls right behind the leaders are called swing dogs. This is a very, very important position, especially if you have a long string of dogs. These dogs actually swing you around the corner. Up here, I've got Trump, who's 10, and Jesse, who's 8. Now back here is 12-year-old Hark. He's in what we call the team position. Any dogs from the swing back are called team dogs. Until you get back to this set, they're the ones directly in front of the sled. These dogs are called wheel dogs. This here is Costar, he's 12, and this is Danford, he's 10. These are actually 2 of Granite Kilburn. Now this is your typical toboggan sled with a sled bag. This is how you carry your dog food, your own food, and what we call required gear. You are required to carry snowshoes, an axe, a sleeping bag, dog booties, what we call alcohol cooker. They are still actually cooking your cooker. What you're doing is you're using alcohol as a burner to melt snow and water. These dogs will consume between a half a gallon and a gallon in a single day. So this is your brake. It's how you slow down or stop your dog team. And this big thing over here is called a snow buck. That's why we actually slam down in the snow and ice because in general your dogs don't wait real well. Now my job back here is to do hundreds of miles of what we call pedaling. There's lots of hard steering around corners. You have to remember you got a couple 100 pounds in your sled. That makes it a little more difficult than when it's empty. And of course if you're on uneven ground we call it side telling. This is where you have to run up on one runner. And again, that gets pretty difficult when you got a lot of stuff in your sled. 1,000 calories in that 24-hour period. So huge amount of food. Well, I'm going to head these guys back to the dog yard. Again, thank you all very, very much for coming.
And we have the giant cabbages of Alaska.
Maybe my grandmother gave me a native name, and this is Gunun, which means to be lucky in life. Right now I'm a student here at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, majoring in anthropology, the minor in film studies, and someday...
It's located on Nelson Island. That's in the southwest part of Alaska, right off of the Bering Sea coast.
This is a young
My
man
mom
that's
is
a
also
graduate
native.
of Notre
She's
Dame.
native Californian. So that makes me an Irish-Italian Eskimo. But just a few years ago now, back in May of '95, I graduated from the University of Notre Dame with my BA in English. Right now I'm actually teaching 5th grade here in the city of Fairbanks. Also, this has been a pretty busy summer for me. I was just married on June 20th. So, thank you. But right now, if you just look around it, this is a very typical setting of an Athabascan Indian village right around the turn of the century. And that is when Western culture first started to arrive here into the interior. Actually, the first Westerners to come here were the prospectors. They started to arrive right around 1898, and that's actually when your captain's grandfather, Charlie Binkley, first brought one of these boats here into the interior. So 100 years ago now this year. But those prospectors, they're followed by many new people, such as missionaries, traders, and trappers.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
The grizzly bear in the middle, and the moose is closest to me. Now, from these animals, we are able to survive. We got everything we need to. From the bones, we were able to make tools, weapons, and needles. From the skin, we were able to make garments and shelters. And the meat was an abundant source of food. And the Athabascan men, that was their job to hunt. But when they brought the animals home, it was then the woman's job to tan and prepare the animal hides.
I should also let you know that Dixie is one of the few people left in the state today to still use those traditional tanning methods. So you are very lucky to be seeing her work right now. And in that beadwork, that's an Athabascan trademark. Here in the women's dress are patterns representing both bluebells, also forget-me-nots right up here, the Alaska state flower. And here in the chief's coat, which I'm wearing, you can see patterns. Again, you're very lucky to be seeing this one because Dixie actually just finished her. You can see that around the bottom and also at the end of the sleeve. Also, this very colorful pattern in the front here has a natural oil on it, which prevents the breast from freezing to it in the wintertime.
Well, this is the typical Athabascan log cabin on the Chena River. Get in there, Christopher. All right. Hi, Chris. Take a look at the beautiful flower garden they have here, and the flowers have just been beautiful up here, in spite of having being rainy all the time, not being able to see them in the sun. But
Cars. And it makes a terrific looking trend. The turbing salmon for the next little while on all decks. Well, you folks up on the Alaska deck there, head up front. Here on the Texas deck, we're going to divide in half of the double doors. Got a tasting cart back in the back. You folks up here can come right in.
well, here we are in North Pole, Alaska. Santa Claus land. Where old Santa gets ready to make his journey every Christmas Eve. Taking a little break here on the Richardson Highway going towards Polk, or Delta Junction. The beautiful mountain ranges over there, but I don't think none of those are Mount McKinley. Well, we're going down the Richardson Highway towards Paxson and Glen Ellen. We'll spend the night at Paxson. Glen Ellen we turn off and head back to Anchorage. The sea is beautiful. Mountains out there in the distance, all snow covered. I'm going to break out of this in a minute, I think, and see some pretty high peaks. One of these might be Mount McKinley, but we'll have to be looking at the map to figure that there were different mountain range. Anyway, we finally got a beautiful day, the first time we've been able to see any snow-capped mountains. Where'd that big guy go? He was there a minute ago. Shot of this valley. We got a little bit of a delay problem here with a paint truck going along there, and no. Now we got around the paint truck. How about this view, folks? What a magnificent sight that is.
Look ahead and look around at this panorama.
Pipeline up there in the distance. Just crossed over it. As you can see the Alaska pipeline off there in the distance. It runs from Prudhoe Bay to Valdez.
Road.
That's the Tanana River Valley down there, I believe, where all that silt comes from off those glaciers in the background. Another great shot of the mountains.
Wait till we come over the top of this hill.
Take a look at this, folks. What a beautiful sight. Well, we got a Nelchina Glacier over there. Painted around the beautiful mountain ranges. Those are the Chugach. Site on the Glen Ellen Highway, headed towards Palmer and Anchorage. Finally got another beautiful day. Another shot going down the Glen Ellen Highway with a nice, gorgeous lake at the base of that mountain. Snow-capped mountains in the background. Approaching the Matanuska Valley, it's still just a gorgeous area in here. Here's our first view of the Matanuska Glacier in the valley, river valley. Well, we were here back in the 50s when I was in the service. Got to get a picture taken with Margie and I standing the next stop. Well, we're back to the Matanuska Glacier where we brought Margie back about 44 years ago maybe. You see the glacier back in the background.
Let's go in the road.
Well, this is the spot that Mom and Margie and I were at many years ago, and put the pictures up here for Matanuska Glacier. Kind of zoom in on this thing. I don't know whether it's really retreated any or not. Well, we're making a little stop here at the muskox farm. Look at these beautiful flowers.
Because it's a co-op, it's really their own business. They can knit as little or as much as they'd like. Let me pass around a Kivute hat to get a chance to feel this wonderful fiber. It is softer and finer than cashmere, so it's a pleasure to touch, but it's also 8 times warmer than sheep's wool and extremely lightweight. So they'll strip it down within a few hours.
These are the muskox that were born this spring.
Of the branches. And by the time it dries out, they're not interested anymore.
This is the main buildings on the muskox farm in a barn.
Shade shed.
The females.
Making sure she gets the best spot. The reason Annie is in here is because amongst these youngsters, she's queen. She's #1. Top of their horn. That is really meant to protect their heads when they go into head-to-head crashes, clashes, their tests of strength. We'll watch these two boys challenge each other. Well, they'll face off to each other. They'll growl at each other. They shake their heads at each other, and then they start backing up. And then it would depend on how...
Still beautiful scenery around here.
Now, in a wild herd, the loser is cast out of the herd. He cannot even stay with the herd for protection. So if you see a lonely muskox wandering around the tundra, it's a male who has been unable to assert dominance over a herd. By the time breeding takes place, which is muskox.
This is one of the 2 bulls that they're going to use for breeding here in pretty soon.
So that's
another month.
And then there's a 3-year-old out here. The one out in the center is a steer. That's Chilkoot. And I mentioned earlier about how these Holy Boy's farther out, right, Jess?
Well, we in Palmer, and they've got the, right there, Savannah, Georgia, 4,772 miles. Atlanta, 4516, Graham. We're in Palmer. We'll take a little shot of, I think that's where the railroad goes.
Hey, United. No! Not playing that way.
Somewhere back over behind that library is where I used to play basketball. We're in the vegetable and flower garden at Palmer Visitor Center. This is just fantastic in here. See the beautiful flowers. I'm going to do a complete tour here.
Oh. What?
Type of dahlia called bishop or
Beautiful.
Where do you live?
I was here in Marcella.
Okay, where?
Marcella. I'm about higher.
Okay.
Before the season ends. Mary Rodeo.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a low battery here.
There.
Cranberry. Uh-huh. Oh, that's a strawberry.
So I'm still getting some recording. I don't have much left. We'll have to make this the last recording, I guess. One last quick one. Well, last night we stayed in what would be considered, you heard of a primitive campground. Well, we stayed in a primitive RV park. But this place is just magnificent. Beautiful view, as you can see. And Christopher and Keith out here playing bocce balls with rocks. Get an idea of all the RV homes in here. Here's ours. Okay, what is this game we're going to play, Chris?
It's called bocce ball.
Bocce ball with rocks, huh?
Yeah. And you throw this. We picked out a marker rock, and you throw that, and then you get 3 rocks for yourself, and you try to throw them and get them as close as you can to the marker rock.
Okay. Well, we've got some mountain sheep here. Looks like a mom and a little lamb. And the rest of the family way up here on the mountainside.
Okay, so under the water here,
Tell me when you're going.
Going.
Okay, well, Margie, to return to Portage Glacier after about 45 years. Got a 3rd generation with us now, Christopher. Last time we were here, you were about maybe a year old, 14 months old.
Grown up just a little bit.
Grown up just a little bit.
One of my favorite scenes in Alaska, fireweed. It's just beautiful. Camped, or we pulled over at this little lake to have lunch. He's taking a picture. Well, this is a sea life center in Seward that Chris has been wanting to go to see what all's inside of it. Okay, we're now inside the Sea Life Center. What do you think, Chris?
What?
How about this? Pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Graham ought to be here because this was not here in the last hour here. The history of the Exxon oil spill. That's what it cost Exxon to fix it. Busted puppet. There's a whole gang of them out there.
Wow, I can see all the way down Some of them can swim in that water. Some of them have feet.
There comes a big sea line.
There it comes. Take over by the grab.
Now we got the harbor seals here. Well, I'm standing out on the balcony of the Sea Life Aquarium overlooking Resurrection Bay, Seward. Little panoramic shot, and you're going to see a lot of fishing boats. They got a salmon derby going on right now. Big mountain here beside us. And there's 5th Avenue of downtown Seward. Been here quite a long time. Out in front of the Sea Life Center. What does it say on that, Chris? 938 miles from Seward to Nome. And one more shot of this 4th Avenue is the main shopping street here in Seward, looking down toward Resurrection Bay. Here's the old initial Seward Railway Station. This is our campground site at Miller's Landing in Seward on Resurrection Bay. The little guy way down there on the right is my grandson Chris, throwing rocks to his delight. Gorgeous sight. But Doris, I won't even show you the front view because you'd never stay here. You have to take this view from the back. Because that's what we paid for. What do you think of this, Chris? Well, we're on the road on the way out to the Kenai Fjord. And we got us a bald eagle here in the tree. Okay, Grandmother, this is a historic event about to take place. Chris is getting ready to take his first bite of salmon. All right, Chris, here we go. There we go. Come on, I can't film you all day long. Go.
Who you think you're talking to?
Here's our
I don't know, I just heard that.
cruise ship that we're going out to the Kenai Fjords
Well,
on.
sure, I'm telling Jim that.
That's where we stop for lunch. Good grilled salmon. Another bald eagle sitting right up there. Coastline here. Well, we're out to the furthest point going through. Now we start heading back and going up towards the Colgate Glacier. Tilt head right over here. Really majestic sight here, looking up the fog and the trees on top of this island. Beautiful flowers sea lions over there.
What?
We got it. Oh man, look at that big guy.
Wag like most seabirds do. And they're even pear-shaped, which is a great shape for a bird that nests up on ledges like that because the egg is disturbed instead of rolling off the edge, it just rolls in circles.
Got a horn coming.
More up on that ledge about 1 o'clock. Commonly called a tidewater glacier. It comes right down to the ocean. Actually calves off or falls into the water. As Captain Jamie pointed out earlier, we were looking at some hanging or circuit glaciers back in Resurrection Bay, and also a Piedmont glacier back in Resurrection Bay called Bear Glacier. Those are 3 different types compacted over many years.
Big chunk
Millions
fall
of
off
tons of ice,
into
forcing them downhill. Density lights, after being hit and refracted, lose their energy and are absorbed in the glacier ice.
Here comes a train from Seward to, it goes all the way up to Fairbanks. Here we are, all back home again. Margie, Christopher, Keith. I hope you enjoy this video, and Graham, you also, because you're part of the first half of it.
We had a wonderful time in Alaska this summer, and hopefully this video will provide many happy memories in the future. So until next time, love you all, Pop.